Hello, gang. Welcome back. Jayhuahua here, and it's the Oldham Days Season 3. Life in League 2 continues, and if you were here last time and you saw the budgets set out for this season, you'll know that the board took £6,000 of my £36,000 a week wage budget away. Have we managed? Sort of. Let me tell you about it. I think so. We're going to start off with the finances. With nearly 400k in the hole, our debts and loans is down at 1.7 million. Finally, we're really end of this season that will be gone. And just to give you the lay of the land, if you look at the income, last season's income up here, 6.832 million. The expenditure, 6.954. But then if we go down to loans, repayment and interest here, 1.8 million. So we'd have made a profit of about 1.7 million as a club without these debts. So we're financially sustainable. The debts are really handicapping us. So I'll forgive the board for taking all that money away. But it does put a pin in our progress, shall we say. So, eagle-eyed viewers would have noticed we're actually only spending £24,779, so £6,000 less. So you might be thinking, why are you complaining about them taking £6,000 away if you're not spending it? Well, I would have been spending it. There was a few players available on free transfers that were wanting in the region of £1,300 to £1,700 per week. About 4 or 5, and they would have been first team quality, straight in, would have accelerated our growth and probably put us in a position to, dare I say it, win the league. Finishing 12th last season with the squad we had, getting like quite a few players in. The transfers we've done are decent, don't get me wrong, but those 4 or 5 players, first team quality, like considerably best players, star players, would have gone in there, bang. Problem is that to scrimp and save and had to offer them, like to negotiate the contracts, get like 1,200 agreed. Then other teams come in and then they went to other teams. Now, I'm not saying that if I had the money, they wouldn't have gone to other teams. Well, I am saying that. If I had the money available and I'd have offered them 1,500 to 1,200, they might have come to me. I'd like to think they'd have come to me. Anyway, transfers. So the transfers out. It doesn't say any transfers out, even though we did let loads of players go. Here we go. Released players. It's under a different tab now. Dan Gardner, gone. Liam Hogan, retired. Francis Angol, still without a club. Wanted by Chorley. He was on like £700 a week. Charlie Cooper, £850 a week. You know this. He wasn't good. Jordan Einer, and ahhed about keeping him, decided against it. John Rooney, again, £1,900 a week I think he was on. Like, ridiculous money. D, only sign him as a last resort. Well, we're not going to sign him, don't worry. Cameron Thompson spat his dummy out and wanted to leave. And look, not getting paid anything. So, have a bit of that, Cameron. Still doesn't want to come back to me. Wouldn't have you even if you wanted to. Matt Richardson, brought him in as a young player, got a lot of potential with the idea of him being a squad player and playing, and didn't really play. And I had the decision to make. And to renew his contract, he was on £250 a week, I think. To renew his contract, I think he wanted £600 a week, and I couldn't. Had we got the £36,000 as of last season, I probably would have kept him. But I couldn't justify £600 a week on a player that is very much back up to the first team and needs to kick on. So Matt Richardson with a heavy heart to go. And the heaviest heart of all, Mike Fondop. Unfortunately, at 30, and he was never the quickest. He was never the best. He did very well for us getting us up out of the Vanarama National League, but he just wasn't going to feature. So Mike Fondop had to leave as well, and I was sad to see him go. I was sad to see Mike go. Especially because I've not replaced him with a like-for-like big, strong striker. Now, the transfer's in. Familiar name to you and me. David Okagbu from Vanarama National League promotion season fame. He was on loan with us from Stoke, and he was available on a free transfer. £425 a week. Again, I wondered if we'd outgrown him. His potential ability is only 3-star, maybe 4-star. But I thought, as a squad option, he's a known entity. He did well for us before, so let's go for it. Jeremy Kiezu, wing back. Decent physicals, decent tackling. Not the best dribbling and crossing, unfortunately, but £500 a week. Good, solid squad option at left wing back. Reasonable right foot as well, so I might try and train him on the right. We'll see. Ty Soji. This guy's coming to replace Cameron Thompson. This guy's going to be the quick goal scorer. 12 finishing, 10 composure, 12 off the ball, 14 pace, 13 work rate, 11 technique, good first touch at 13. I'm happy with this guy. £725 a week. Yeah. Ronnie Stutter. I'm sure there's a stuttering joke in there. I'm not going to make it. 16 acceleration. That's why I signed this guy. £375 a week. He's potentially championship quality, apparently. 11 finishing, not too bad. Decent off the ball. He's got okay mentals, good physicals, and technicals. Needs a lot of work. But he's 19 years old. And I thought, as a bit of pace off the bench, last half hour of a game, give him a go. And Teddy Rowe came in central midfield. Again, didn't need loads of players. And this guy's a bit of a squad option. He's just going to come in and sort of fill in for injuries. But he's young, he's 20. Hopefully he's going to improve. He's got a lot of potential ability as well. So yeah, those are the transfers in. Just the 5 names coming in. Not as many as you would have thought. Of course, we've got Jack Turner, who barely featured for us in the second half of last season. Because I think he went into the under-21s and I forgot about him. Sorry, Jack. So he's going to play in central midfield as well for us. So yeah, there's quite a few players that were going to come in about... Jarrell Quansah, if anyone watches Work the Space and any of his parts of Prems, you'll know Jarrell Quansah. He's a youngster for Liverpool, big, strong, centre-back. He only wanted £1,400 a week. Got him to agree to £1,300 and he went somewhere else for £1,500. So this is the problem. And honestly, a handful of players. I had a striker, a central midfielder, a defender, a wing-back. So four really, and then there's a couple of other players that have also gone elsewhere. Even one of them I had in on trial, then offered him a contract, and then he went to Stockport. Rick. So in terms of the schedule, we are here for the first game of the season against Accrington Stanley, and then we're going to bring you the Carabao Cup first round against Bolton as well. Another thing, I looked over the finances and I realised that last season I didn't do things correctly in terms of pre-season friendlies or friendlies in general. Obviously, when you're a lower league team and you're hemorrhaging money, getting the pre-season friendlies in and being at home really does help the finances. So what I've done is I've just had loads of friendlies at home against really low opposition, cost next to nothing, and they're getting us about £15,000 in each time. Some of the bigger teams, like I could have got like Aston Villa, it would have cost me like £45,000, but I would have got like £65,000 in. And I wasn't sure whether the £65,000 in was guaranteed. I thought that was maybe an estimate. And I didn't want to basically spend £45,000 if then I was only going to get like, say, 30 back in. Whereas like Oldham and Ollerton, they cost me like £1,000 to set up the friendly, and I got like £15,000 in. So I thought, even if I only get like £6,000 in, the reality is, as I'm probably going to make a profit, it's only costing me £1,000. So They were simple. And what I'm going to do is hopefully throughout the season to keep people's sharpnesses up as well, instead of popping them into the under 21s, I'm going to have little friendlies. So like here against Brimbo, got a gap here. And where there's going to be gaps, especially in international breaks, that's what I should be doing. I can't believe I've not been doing it. So for all of you who've been watching and think should have been doing that, yeah, I should. Well, I'm learning from my mistakes. I don't manage at lower leagues that often, so we're learning. We're learning as we go, gang. So this is how we're going to line up for the first game of the season. Ryan Cassidy is actually going to be on the bench. I'm going to give Soji and Stutter a game up front. The reason I'm going to start Stutter is because he's in absolutely blistering form. I know we've been playing rubbish teams, but he scored 19 goals in 7 games and 10 assists. We've obviously been absolutely demolishing teams, but his confidence is sky high. Hopefully he can, do the business. Wellens and Vaughan are going to be in the middle. Early is now the captain. Yeah, Kiezu and Tanimo. So Kiezu is 3 debutants, Andy Epan, Roberts and Robinson at the back. But overall, I'm quite happy with the team, and I believe this is more than capable of avoid relegation from Sky Bet League 2. So I'm sure we'll avoid relegation. Can we get off to a winning start against Accrington Stanley? Flown Hot, he wants to leave. He's going to leave at the end of his contract. He's worth £95,000. Bristol City or Bristol Rovers, one of the two. They came in with a bid of £30,000, and I thought I'd rather just keep him and play him as a squad option. He's only getting £575 a week. I'm only going to spend £26,000 on him. So anyway, the transfer business has, we'll say, been completed for now. I'm going to keep my eye out. I'm not going to go trawling through loads of teams. I went through trawling through every bloody release player. Oh, it took forever. Honestly, it took me about an hour and a half. Yeah, it took me like an hour and a half. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait for my scouts to send players over, especially when players don't get a club straight away. They might lower their demands and be more willing to come to a team like me. Maybe they're holding out for a League One team and they're not interested in coming to me, so my scouts aren't recommending them. A lot of people are ragging on the scouts this Football Manager. From what I've seen in the saves I've had with Dortmund and now with Oldham, scouting's been all right. Soji, debut off the side netting. Yeah, my scouting's been okay. They've come through with some good suggestions. Obviously, there's some suggestions that I disagree with massively, but that's always the case with scouting. They've actually come through with players that I do want to sign. Quite a lot of the time on the last Football Manager, I did a lot of the scouting and finding players myself. Harry Vaughan, that should have been a goal. Wellens, well in, lad. Awful pass. He's on a yellow card as well. I don't like that. He's asking for an opening day red card. Haynes down to Wareham. Robinson, Smith, it's over the bar. Bakari. I can't pronounce that. Davis now. Tanimowo, get there. Oh, Nolan, Wareham. Oh, Saxon early, brilliantly. Captain's tackle that. Tanimowo, through to Soji. Can he score this time? He's bundled over. Looks like he could be in trouble. Yellow card. Yellow card. The red all day long. Josh Robinson now with the pen. Tucks it away. First goal of the season for Josh Robinson. Obviously, first goal of the season for anyone. 1-0. We deserve it, don't we? You've seen all the highlights. It's been all us. Well, he had one header over the bar. Ronnie Stutter on a 7. Go on, Ronnie. Mitchell Roberts is also on a yellow card. I'm going to bring on David Akagbu. Benny Kuto for Jeremy Kiezu. 1-0 at half time, and I've made a triple change. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me. 2 of them were on yellow cards and one of them wasn't playing very well. Penalty. Hottie. Just brought Hottie on. What a dick. Oh, Norman nearly gets there. Hottie. You berate him. Give an encouragement to everyone except Hottie. Stutter! Offside. The Yapan handballs. And the Yapan's got a yellow card for that. Come on, ref. God, we're getting yellow cards all over the shop now. 4 of them. Bought 2 off. And the transgressor for the penalty, Hottie, getting away scot-free. He's getting a 6.6 as well. And Petty, I almost want to bring him off. Well in, Hottie. Dodgy now. Come on. Robinson. Oh, Josh Robinson finds Tanimowo. He knows where he's running. Tanimowo. Awful. I think Soji is coming off for Ryan Cassidy. And Tanimowo's on a 6.3. I haven't got anyone to bring on at right wing back, have I? Oh. You have to leave it like that for the time being. Do I bring Jaden Williams on as well up front, or do I bring Harry Vaughan off for Jasper Moon? Yeah, do you know what? Harry Vaughan off, swap them two, and swap those two. There you go. Right, we've made all 5 changes. Vaughan. Through to Stutter. Oh! Ronnie Stutter with his first for the club. A great assist for Harry Vaughan. Right, we can cancel them. Ryan Cassidy is coming on for Soji, though. And we are going to make that change, and it is going to be Jasper Moon. And he's coming on for... It's going to have to be Saxon early. Don't like to do this, but I've got a lot of yellow cards out there. You know what? I'm not actually going to make a change because we've got so many yellow cards out there. I might need to bring on a defender for a striker. Go on then. Andy Appan's playing rubbish and a yellow card. We will do it then. So indecisive today. Vaughan. Hottie. Stutter. Oh! Is that going to count? It's not. Ronnie Stutter nearly with 2 on his debut. Get it out. Come on. Oh, Hottie. Hottie's going the right way about never playing for Oldham ever again. Okay. According to the stats, they had a better XG, more shots on target, much better possession. But I felt from what... I mean, look at those yellow cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to get fined. We're in financial meltdown. Can't be doing with a fine. £1,000. I felt we deserved that from the highlights. We've got off to a winning start. Fantastic. Oh yeah, let's have a look at the season preview. I'm not in the way for once. I need to get used to this. I need, especially when the league table's there, especially on the experiment videos. I always bloody put myself in the... I'm looking at the screen, at the camera. I always put myself in the bloody corner of the screen where it covers some of the league table. And some of those experiments, I trim them down to about 20 minutes. Try and get them down to just under 20 minutes. Some of them do sneak over. But honestly, the amount of waffling, the amount of recording I do is north of 40, 45 minutes half the time. When I see I've covered up some of the league tables, I'm thinking, what a tit. As you can see, the 4 relegated teams from League One have actually 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th. Chesterfield have just come up, predicted to finish higher than us. We're not predicted to finish in the relegation zone this season. The media have decided that we're worthy of 21st. How magnanimous of you, media. We finished 12th, 11th. Where did we finish last season? 12th. Yeah, we finished 12th, 64 points. Point is, avoid relegation is the directive. Avoid relegation is the target. Financially, the debts will be gone. Hopefully, we'll get the balance sort of there or thereabouts. And maybe next season we can get some more money in the wage budget to strengthen the squad. That's the goal. The goal is to go up next season. I would have said at the start of this episode, had we got all the transfers in that I wanted to, and we'd have been paying like £33,000 a week on wages, I would have said going up this season is the goal. But unfortunately, not the case. Yes, so this is going to be the team. I'm going to play Cassidy as the advanced forward, and I'm going to give Stutter the role of pressing forward because he can actually play pressing forward better. I didn't realise this. So I've just put him on training pressing forward, and he's going to play in that position. Hottie is going to be the central midfield attack. He's not happy. But he's a good player. He is decent. He is decent. And he's on a pittance. Like, I would pay maybe £800 a week for him. So if I could maybe try and get him to stay past this season, it would be preferable. I mean, it's just not that I'm not bothered because we'll get someone else in. Very happy with who we can get in. They're going to expect us to lose to Bolton, who are 15th in League 2. Where are they meant to finish? Second. So the media think they're going to be promoted. Carabao Cup time. Away at Bolton Wanderers. We're about to kick off and we are underway. Did that encouragement nick out there in time? I think it did. Stutter's frustrated by the feedback. Cassidy! Oh, Ryan Cassidy. Felt like he was going a bit slow then. I thought the speed had changed, but it hadn't. Here comes Beasley. Donessian. Brilliant. Wellens. Cassidy now. Can he find a pass? What was that? Oh, Cassidy, you've played us into trouble. Oh, what's going on here? Brilliant. We're finally getting away. Ryan Cassidy. I'm going to encourage. We're playing all right. Yeah, they love the encouragement across the board. Even Stutter doesn't mind it this time. Fired up by the feedback. Come on. Nothing's happening though. There we go. On the stroke of half time, Bolton come away with it. But we've won it back. Andy Appan now. Out to Kuto. Benny Kuto. Andy Appan. Through. Ryan Cassidy. Steals in! The linesman keeps his flag down and it's 1-0. It's Ryan Cassidy. It's the last season's top scorer coming up with the goods yet again. Oh, Roberts with a brilliant tackle. Cassidy can't win it. This is the problem. I need a tall striker. I've not managed to get a tall striker in. The one that I wanted to get didn't come to me. And there's no one else that's really got the attributes. I want someone tall, strong, and good at heading. That's not crap at everything else. Oh. Dion Charles. Cassidy comes through. Can he find the ball? He can. Stutter off the post. Oh, Stutter. Let's make some changes. So, Jasper Moon's coming on for Venice because he's booked. D'Amico Dehaney for Clark because Clark's booked. There we go. There's the bookings out the way. I'm going to bring Saxon early for Benny Cooter because Benny Cooter's playing poor. Harry Vaughan for Hottie because I hate him. And that's it. 4 changes. Made absolutely no difference. Oh, here we go. Highlight coming. Bolton coming forward with it now. Charles. Oh, Norman with a fantastic save. Danger's not over though. Corner kick. Dempsey. Oh. Oh, so we're... Penalties. Penalties. It's a lottery. Charles with the goal. Bolton lead. What's happened here? We can't see the score. What? This happened to anyone else's penalties? Cassidy's missed. Right, so 1-0 to Bolton. Remember this because there's no scoreboard. 2-0 to Bolton. Josh Robinson. Josh Robinson with the goal. That's 2-1. Anderson. Is this Zealand skin? Doubt it. Wellens misses. That's 3-1. And we're about to be out of the Carabao Cup. Does this class as being competitive? The board want me to be competitive. It's a requirement. I don't know how competitive you can be in the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup when the goal is avoid relegation from the Football League. Almeida Santos, put us out of a misery. Oh, he missed. 3-1 still. Norman with a save. Prolongs our misery. Here comes Dehaney. Oh, he's missed. And there go Bolton celebrating. Well. Good start to the league. And we're out of the Carabao Cup. Who cares? Let's see if the board can see that as a... being competitive in the Carabao Cup. Passed. Thank you. Yeah. Took them to penalties. Lovely. From my perspective, it's going to be a very similar season to last year. So I'm going to be bringing you back. I'm going to go away and play a nice chunk of the season. I'm not sure where. October, November sometime, I would have thought. I do want to get through a nice chunk of games. Sort of bring you back. Because I'll probably bring you back maybe around end of October, start of November. Because then the time after, I'll probably come back in January. Where there might have been a bit more transfer action. We'll see. But I do want to rattle through this season in... I mean, the other two seasons have been quite quick. What are we on? What's this, like episode 12 or something? What, 5 episodes and 6 episodes? Yeah, this one's probably only going to be like a 5-episode season max. Maybe even a 4. Because we're going to ramp it up. It's going to be 7 and 8 and 9s, especially as we start to get into higher up in the leagues, especially in the Premier League and Champions League. Whenever that may be. Anyway, that's digressing. That's me waffling. That's me talking about the future. That's not going to be until bloody March, probably. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching, gang. Please do like the video, subscribe to the channel, and take care. I'll see you soon.